puppies, are you waiting for me? Yeah, are you waiting for me? What are we going to do today? Have another staycation day? I think that's an awesome idea. You think that's a good idea, Lizzie? All right, let's have another staycation day. Well, let's see what it's doing today. It's supposed to go up to 40 degrees. We're supposed to have some 40-degree weather. Oh, it's pretty pleasant out here. Some of the snow is starting to melt. And we still have ice. Lots of ice yet. But birds are singing. They're happy. I'm happy too. It's warming up. Yay. Go out? Do you want to stay inside? Yeah, you've been out a couple times already, huh? Yes, you have. You're such a handsome boy. Your sister went out. I'm looking forward to being able to keep this door open. That'll be nice. Sun shining. Good morning. I'm having my morning ticino. Cheers. Thought I'd switch it up a little bit today. I don't want my people to get bored. So anyway, I came across this really good article. It was on the Epic Times. I subscribe to them, and they have a lot of newsletters on health and world events and all kinds of things. Right now they're running a special. I think it's $60 for a year. It's normally like $9 a month. But last year I got it for, I think it was $4 a month. So their costs have gone up. But they're like an independent news organization. So I always find interesting articles there. And they had an article on shifting your perspective from negative to positive, and they had some suggestions about how you can do that. I'm not affiliated with them, but I think they have a lot of good information. So this article says to shift from negative to a positive disposition it's like it's not impossible. You can practice. If you're always a negative person, you don't have to stay that way. If you don't like being that way, you can shift your outlook and your perspective. And then they go on to suggest how to do that. So the first thing they say is to embrace humor and playfulness, which a lot of us don't. You know, we don't look for the humor in a lot of situations. It's always negative, negative, negative. Oh, here comes the delivery. Yep, there she goes. How can I positively think her barking is wonderful? Let's see. How can I make it playful and humorous? Well, it is humorous sometimes. But anyway, she's a good girl. She's just a little loud all the time. So, it says here, one of the most effective ways to take a lighter approach in heavy times is to embrace humor. Laughter has an incredible way of diffusing tension, minimizing stress, and shifting our focus away from problems. It offers a momentary escape from the intensity of life and can help us regain perspective. Lizzie, that is negative behavior. Stop it. Even in difficult moments, finding something to smile or laugh about can be a reminder that life is not all hardship. And that's true, you know, I mean, unless it's a really horrible situation, which does happen. It's happened in everybody's life. Sometimes we tend to focus on the negative things that are going on, and I know I do it. I think most of us do, but we have to remind ourselves to try and find a little humor in the situation. And it says also, humor doesn't trivialize serious situations. Rather, it helps us approach them with a mindset that's not weighted down by fear or anxiety. Playfulness, whether it's engaging in a light-hearted activity or simply taking a more relaxed attitude towards small frustrations, allows us to see challenges through a new lens. It invites us to think more creatively and approach problems with a sense of curiosity instead of dread. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take 5 minutes to watch a funny video, play with a pet, or share a moment of laughter with a friend or colleague. Well, let's take, for instance, my Lizzie barking. I could just make it playful, and just when she's barking, just distract her and maybe play with her a little bit. It's just an idea. So then it goes on to say, shift your perspective. Sometimes when life feels heavy, it's because we're carrying unnecessary burdens, expectations, assumptions, and pressures that we've placed on ourselves. Taking a lighter approach involves letting go of the need for perfection and acknowledging that it's okay not to have everything under control. It's about recognizing that life is full of ups and downs, and that it's unrealistic to expect things to go perfectly all the time. That's so true. We do expect things to be perfect a lot of times rather than just blowing it off. And I'm getting pretty good at that, like taking this staycation for an example. Normally it would be like, well, I really need to do the XYZ. And now it's just like, for the whole week, I've pretty much just said, no, I'm not doing that. It's going to be there when I'm done, and I'll deal with it one at a time. So it says a powerful strategy for shifting your perspective is to practice reframing. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this, or how can this challenge help me grow? This mindset shift can make even the toughest situations feel less like a burden and more like an opportunity. It allows you to see setbacks not as failures, but as temporary obstacles you can overcome with patience and perseverance. So, yeah, for an example that I could take is my broken bathroom. I hadn't planned on upgrading it, but I did because the pipe broke. So it gave me an opportunity to upgrade my faucet and light, and it's actually nicer now than it was before. So a couple more things. Practice mindfulness and presence. It says, take a moment to pause and breathe. Notice your surroundings, the sounds and the sensations in your body. By anchoring yourself in the present, you may find that the heaviness begins to lift, even if only slightly. The weight of tomorrow's worries no longer dominates your thoughts, and you can focus on what you can do today. So, yeah, just sitting and not ruminating about, everything that's gone wrong in the past, and just being mindful of what's happening at this very moment in your life, and looking around the room. And there's a book, it's called A Course in Miracles, that teaches you to do that. And I went through the course years ago, and it's very simple, but it's a good book. It's kind of thick, but yeah, it's called A Course in Miracles, and I have no idea where you can buy it. I've had mine forever, but every now and then I pull it out and I start practicing that. Another thing you can do is let go of control. Now, I know a lot of people that I call them control freaks. I don't find myself in that category too often. I don't want to control anybody, but I do sometimes find myself in the category of I want to control what's going on just in my little world. So, and I think we all tend to do that. It says a significant part of feeling overwhelmed often comes from the desire to control outcomes. We want to ensure that everything goes according to plan. When it doesn't, we feel like we've failed. But life is unpredictable, and trying to control everything can be futile and exhausting. That's true. That's probably why I've been so exhausted, because I'm trying to control, clutter. I'm trying to control what's going on in my life, and then just kind of sitting back and relaxing and letting all that go, and then just maybe tackling one thing at a time. I think that might work very well. And then it goes on to say, taking a lighter approach means letting go of the need for total control. This doesn't mean giving up or being careless, but it involves having faith that things will work out in the end. By releasing the need to manage every detail, you free up mental space and emotional energy to focus on what truly matters. When faced with a situation that feels out of control, ask yourself, what can I influence and what can I release? Allow yourself to surrender to the unknown and trust that in time, things will unfold as they should. And I think that has a lot to do with, giving up your control and giving control to God. That's what I do, and it helps me a lot. So, and then there's one more thing. It says, cultivate gratitude and joy. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to lighten your emotional load. When life feels overwhelming, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong or what's missing. By taking a moment to acknowledge what's going right can shift your perspective and help you see that not everything is as heavy as it seems. Intentionally practicing thankfulness reminds you that even in the midst of hardship, there are still things to be thankful for. Small blessings that can bring light into dark moments. Make it a habit to write down or reflect on a few things you're grateful for each day. Even on the toughest days, this practice can bring a sense of peace and lightness. So I thought that was a wonderful article from the Epic Times. That article was written by Jeffrey Gantz. And I thought I would read you the whole article because I found it really good, and it was a very short read. So I thought, a lot of us, especially with the winter now, we're being, some people are getting depressed, and you're feeling isolated. Life isn't as much fun sometimes as in the summer when you can go out and do the activities that you like to do a little easier. So even focusing on positive activities can give you a whole new mindset. If you like to dance, go dance. Dance in your living room. Dance like nobody's watching, that old saying. Put on some music, some upbeat music. Do some activities that you like. If it's crafting, do crafting. And I know sometimes you just don't feel like it because you're feeling blue, but there are things that you can do to bring yourself out of your funk a little bit more. Now for me, it was just taking a nice long rest, and that seems to have gotten me into a more positive state of mind. So that, you have to kind of figure out yourself what you enjoy, whether it's talking on the phone to a friend, and not focusing on everything that's going wrong in your life. Maybe asking them what positive things that they've been doing, meeting friends for breakfast or lunch or dinner, whatever you prefer. When the weather isn't terrible, you can hop in your car and do that, just to get out of the house a little bit, or make yourself a cozy reading nook or a cozy prayer. place in your home if that gives you comfort. Work on doing pleasant things, not always just nose to the grindstone and cleaning and cooking, unless that's what you like to do, and a lot of people do like to do that. But incorporate a lot of positive things into your day. So, and if it's, you know, journaling or adult coloring or writing a book, maybe, of your life circumstances, or a gothic romance, you know, you can write a gothic romance. I used to love to read those in my younger days. I'd put the kids down for a nap and I'd grab my gothic romance novel and away we'd go. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully that will give you a good idea of what you can do to help yourself. And not talking to a lot of negative people, that helps too. You know, I had a friend when I worked, and she was always negative. She was very hard to be around, and she worked in my office, so it made it kind of difficult to, you know, not listen to her. But, you know, everything in her life was always terrible. Nothing went right. She always focused on that stuff. And so, you know, try and hang out more with positive people. People that have good stories to tell you, to uplift you, not drag you down. So, and I know a lot of people do have a lot of, you know what, in their life going on. But, you know, always hanging out with somebody with woe is me stories is not, it's not pleasant to be around somebody like that. You know, even though, and so try not to be that person, you know. So, anyway, I just thought I'd talk a little bit about that. So it's very chatty today. Sorry about that. And I'm not cooking much of anything. I still have my soup. I still have lots of things in the refrigerator. I haven't gotten my FODMAP book, vegetarian book yet. I'm looking forward to getting that and seeing actually what I maybe could be eating to help myself. I'm going to give it a go. It's going to be kind of difficult because there's a lot of things I like to eat that probably aren't on that plan. But I thought maybe I would try it for a month and see if I feel better. That's another thing you can do. You can take steps to help yourself with whatever problem you have, and not just sit and worry and fuss about it, but take actual steps in a positive direction to help you, or engaging other people to maybe help you. That would be a good thing too, because things are always easier when you have someone with you to help you. It's not always fun going solo. So, all right, well, I think I talked enough for today. This is another staycation day for me, so it's been almost a week, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will definitely be doing it again. So, all right, my friends, well, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. Hi, buddy. And here we go. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.